And we're getting ready on this Monday. They're going to play Japan, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So obviously, this is already going to be out. We won't know the results. But the thing that everyone's talking about is not necessarily, how they're going to beat Japan. Most people seem to think that's a foregone conclusion, but it is again the roster makeup. And that's because Don Staley, who was on the Olympic Committee and actually helped choose this roster, admitted on Sunday to something I thought was very revealing and mature. And she said, if we had to do it all over again, Caitlin Clark.
Redo that roster. You know what it is, man. And like I said, for her to backtrack her words on what she said, she feels the pressure and she feels dumb. She feels dumb for making this decision.
Clark would be in very high consideration to make this team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. She said what we all said.
Don't forget, Dawn watches a lot of Caitlin's games. AB's over there. She got another one of her ex-players over there on the Fever. She watched a lot of the Fever games. She knows that Caitlin's, proven that she belongs in the W, and she proved that she belongs on that Team USA team.
That at the time when they chose the roster, she wasn't playing bad, but she was just playing like a rookie. And now, 6 weeks later, she's playing amongst the best guards in the world. And so, yes, upon hindsight being 2020, Caitlin would probably have made this particular roster if they were choosing like right now. But they did not choose right now. They chose 6 weeks ago. So they're going to go.
So the talk of the talk is this. The Olympics are happening now. We're going to win gold. There's nothing that we could do about it except wait for Cheryl Reeves to admit that she made a mistake. We already saw Dawn admit, and now she's backtracking what she said before, and now she's, it's a different process. Well, if Caitlin's playing how she's playing now, we would highly consider her being on the team. You should have had her on the team from the beginning. She should have been the first person on the team. You should have built the team around her. Respectfully. Start with your point guards and you work around them. The golden ticket.
With the roster they currently have. Do you agree with Dawn? And I think I know the answer here, Gary, because you felt like she should have been on the team even 6 weeks ago.
I agree that Caitlin Clark should have 100% been on the team. I disagree in that. And we beg our players, coaches, figureheads in sports to just forthright and honest with us. There was probably a way for Dawn Staley to give Caitlin Clark her due while saying the way the team is made up is perfectly fine. They will take care of business, because now instead of being like, yo, we are about to dismantle Japan again, we're like, oh, did you hear Dawn Staley? Caitlin Clark should be in game one when we take on Japan. Now it's like,
and we are taking her, her statement, and we're running with it. You're right, and it's rightfully so, because we feel, honestly, as a community, bro, I'm sorry, and I know we're talking about a lot on the show, but look, we feel that Caitlin Clark got cheated out of the Team USA, and we feel like it was politics, hate, a lot of things, jealousy, and that's how we feel, man. And now Team USA, just because you can see how Caitlin is evolving in the league, you guys are trying to backtrack.
The Olympics is such a rare time on the calendar every 4 years where, generally speaking, most people are like...
And for you guys in my comments talking about, it's over, wait till next year. It's not next year, bro. We don't have 4 years to wait for the WNBA to grow. It's not next year.
Yeah, America,
it's in 4 years.
Let's go. We'll beat everybody else. And now you just sort of throw in that little crack where it gives people the opportunity to be like, yes, I'm excited, but did you hear Dawn Staley? I told you, Caitlin. We're just reopening old wounds, I think, here.
She's kind of damned if she does and damned if she doesn't, though,
Yeah.
Gary. And I think that's the problem here, is that if she was being honest, which
Yeah,
is to
correct,
say,
correct.
yes, if you judge Caitlin on how she's playing right now, it looks like an Olympic snub. It did not 7 weeks ago when we chose this team. It did not look like an Olympic snub, because we had to come up with this roster when she was still playing like a rookie, when they were having a hard time stringing together games, when she led the league in turnovers. And so that's where she was at. She was honest. She was like, yes, people, yes, this version of Caitlin Clark 100% could have been in consideration to be on that Olympic.
So that's my point, though. Staley's already seen that version of Caitlin Clark in college. She defeated her in 2023, And then she played a hell of a game against her in 2024, correct? So I don't understand why we're acting like we're not sure of who Caitlin Clark is or what she's accomplished or what she's capable of. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I cannot get over the fact, bro, that she breaks records of attendance year in and year out for the past 3 years. And we're not thinking about taking this girl to the Olympics? Come on, man. Did we see the All-Star game turnout? Fans everywhere. It's exciting. I'm tuned in. Media coverage. The orange carpet. I'm rating girls' outfits. If you haven't, man, check out my other channel. I got a lot of content. CEO Kinda Man. But besides that, I wouldn't be doing any of this, and I'm just being honest, bro, without Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark, bro. And mainly Caitlin Clark. But Angel Reese, you know, she has her fan base as well. She has her fan base. So my thing, bro, take both of them. Put them both on the same team. That's going to be electrifying. We all know that. Shit, make them on the same team in the W. But you messed up by not taking a rookie. Now, the girls who have been hating on Caitlin, you guys have to realize whether you play against Caitlin or you play with Caitlin, you have an opportunity to put yourself on the map. I just want you to know that. You have an opportunity to put yourself on the map. To have national coverage watching you. Anytime Caitlin's on that court and you're on that court, they're watching you as well. Whether it's not directly, but if you make an impact or you do something and show up, they're watching you as well. So you got to remember that. It's an opportunity for all you guys to grow, not just Caitlin.
Olympic team. If she goes the other way and says, well, we stand by what we did and we still don't think that Caitlin is good, then everyone's calling Dawn a hater. So it's like she really can't win in this situation. I appreciated that she was really honest and was like, listen, you know, this is something we said at the time. Maybe we'll look back in a couple of months and go, oof, Caitlin figured it out, right? But at the time, they didn't have the benefit of foresight. They only had the benefit.
With her saying this, I'm sorry, I just want to break something down. Caitlin just came out of college. She jumped right into the WA. She just moved to Indiana. She played some of the toughest teams in the league. They were trying to not use her, but let's be honest, they were using Caitlin Clark at the beginning of the year. She played the most games out of any team in the WNBA in 20 days. She played 11 games versus the highest competition in the WNBA. With new teammates, with a new coach, with a new offensive system. With every girl having the mindset of, I'm going after Caitlin Clark. I'm going to shove her around, talk my shit. I'm going to drag her. I'm going to do whatever. We're going to be physical. You guys got to understand all of that she was dealing with at the beginning. Now, I'm not saying any excuses or feeling bad for her, because I keep saying, y'all going to regret doing that. Y'all just making her into a more and more and more aggressive player. Keep on trying to bully her all you want. You're just going to make her better. Learn how to play through contact and all. Just wait. Just wait.
The fit of what they had in that moment. And in that moment, she wasn't one of the best guards in the world. It is what it is. And now Dawn's saying she's playing like she is. So I hope that is really sort of, I don't know, a fait accompli. Like her basically saying, let's put this to bed. Yes, no matter what happens with this team, we would reevaluate if Caitlin was playing the same way back then. She's not. So we move forward, pushing this team, hoping that this team can do what every other women's Olympic team has done before them, and that's bring home gold.
Definitely. And I think they will do that, except, and I don't know if it's old video. No, it's not, because it says Paris 2024. The Chinese national team has like a 7'3" woman on their squad.
It's crazy.
And they just played South Korea, so it kind of hurt watching that. But
you watched that, Gary? You watched that game?
There's gonna be problems. China's gonna once again give the U.S. problems.
No, they're not.
Talking about sport. I'm talking about sports this time. All right. All I'm saying is the U.S., they're going to run the gauntlet. They're going to win again.
We're going to win regardless. Gold is ours. We all know that. We've won 7 straight. Gold is ours.
But similar to the men's side, probably not as intense. The competition is going to be a little bit better.
I feel like it's got to be so interesting that despite the world getting better, despite people, once you set a standard, people trying to come and meet that bar and hit that standard, we just think it is just a foregone conclusion that they're going to win. And I imagine that it's that kind of pressure that faces.
Now, no discredit to the rest of the world. The game of basketball has elevated in other countries, 100%. And we've seen it on the men's side. We've seen it in 3-on-3. We've seen it on the men's side. So no discredit to the world, but we are Team USA.
To Simone Biles.
Let's go.
You know, I watched this young woman who I
Not
have
playing
said
at all.
numerous times to me is Captain America. She's goated. She's the star of this Olympics for me, especially after what happened for.
So look, we're going to cut it right there. There you have it. A little bit of Caitlin Clark talk right here. You know, a little Andrew Reese. And honestly, man, I can't wait for it to be over. And the Olympics are going to be almost over. I think we have a week left or something like that. But here's the thing. I'm excited for the second half of the season. I think Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are going to make a push. Now, as far as injuries to Chicago Sky, I got a lot of content coming out about that and the trade situation and what they picked up over at Chicago. I think a lot of you guys are kind of missing the actual trade-off. They got a nice guard, and they have another guard who can shoot the ball as well. So we'll see how much playing time they get at Chicago Sky. They did lose Mabry, but I don't know how much of an impact that's going to make on their playoff opportunities. We'll see. But catch you guys on the next video. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys subscribe to Game Day. Appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next video. We out.